The Anvil Odin, also known as the Battlecruiser, is scheduled to be revealed in less than a month at this year's Invictus Fleet Launch Week, and while little is known about this ship, apart that it is the last played ship from the stretch goals that hasn't been revealed yet and that it will be the last concept ever sold by CIG, we don't really know much about it. There are, however, a couple of things that we can assume about this upcoming capital ship. First, it is very likely that the ship will be larger than the Aegis Javelin. With a length of 475 meters, a width of 210 meters, and a height of 70 meters, the Javelin is a force to be reckoned with. The ship is a destroyer. It is equipped with some of the largest weapons in the game, but unlike an Idris, it does not have a hangar, which means it is not capable of carrying its own fighter squadrons. Sold originally at $2,500 US, it now shows a price tag of $3,000 whenever it goes on sale again. The Odin should logically be larger than this. I would imagine it to be at least 600 meters long and possibly 250 meters wide, and I believe that it might even surpass 100 meters in height. But unlike the Javelin, I think that the Odin should have a hangar, which should allow it to include the best of the Idris and the Javelin all combined into a single hull. So what would the Odin look like? This is the part that I think may age like butter, but I think that just like other ships of different manufacturers inspire one another, I don't think the Odin should be much different, stylistically at least, from what Anvil already makes, and since their largest ship is the Karak, I think that we can take it as a base and then try to see how it would change. First, there is no way that the bridge is going to be at the front of the ship. It would be way too exposed and would prevent the captain from having a good overview of the ship, so we are going to cover that front here. Next, we are going to remove those wings on the side. They make the ship look way too fragile, and since the ship is much bigger than the Karak, there are going to be plenty of opportunities to put turrets on other areas of the hull. Alright, we still have the frame of the Karak. Let's stretch the ship to make it look like it really is 600 meters long. Yeah, that is much better. After that, we're going to add a bridge on top, just like this. The bridge is going to include some key components like shields and maybe the radars. Just like in a famous sci-fi saga, it will therefore be a target that friendlies will have to defend. We don't want to make the Odin invincible after all. Last but not least, the hangar, which will not be at the front of the ship, but on the side. I am personally not a big fan of the front and back hangars because they leave the fighters exposed to frontal assaults. I would try to have the fighters leave from the side, and I also think that it prevents the ship from looking a little bit too bulky at the front. So there we have it. This is how the Anvil Odin could look like. I've added wing legs here on the side here to make it look a bit more organic, but it could also look more wedge-shaped. I would love the back to use the same kind of blue, round-shaped engines of the Karak. I think that it would be very reminiscent of another iconic sci-fi capital ship. So, how much would it cost? Well, since the Javelin is currently priced at $3,000 US, I think that the Odin will be priced, at least at the very first time it will be sold, at $3,500 US, a little bit above the Javelin, and then as always, as time goes on, as concepts evolve, the ship is going to get more expensive, maybe around $4,500 or even $5,000. I know that these prices sound really crazy, and of course not everybody is going to be able to afford some of those ships, but at the same time it's going to be available in game, just like you can earn an Idris in game if you work hard for it right now, so I'm not too worried about this. Plus at the same time, the amount of manpower it's going to require to fully crew is going to be quite insane, so even if some people have a Battlecruiser here, they are not going to be able to fly it solo. These are ships that are for massive orgs, and there are some orgs in which members put money together to buy such assets. So that is it for this video. Let me know what you guys think of what the Odin should be. Do you think I am completely off what it could possibly be, or maybe you have other ideas about what the Odin might be or what it might cost? Let me know in the comment section down below. That is all for this video. I would not be able to make all of that content without my Patreon and YouTube members. If you want to help the channel further, you'll find the link in the description down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you enjoy the content. I've been the Eradicator, and I'll see you guys in the next one.